Hello, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to another stream here as we continue the journey of the draft only Las Vegas Venom franchise here. And we've got a fun little matchup for tonight's stream going up against our expansion counterparts in the Kansas City Reign. Already got a couple people in the chat here. Daniel, how's it going? Demon Daddy, go Birds. Watching some 2K expansion content while playing 2K expansion. That's the way to go. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Mine's going to be pretty chill. I'm thankful to everybody who engages with my channel, really. Whether it's through likes, comments, even my members. Of course, I'm especially grateful for my members. I should have another members-only video coming out here in the next couple of days. I have all the clips gathered for it. I just need to put them all together for a video. So, like I said, the main event for tonight's stream is going to be the matchup against the Reign. I do want to do a couple things before we hop into that matchup, though. Just talk about a few things. Catch up on some things happening around the league. Who we rooting for here? Definitely the Venom. I mean, come on now. Although, yes, definitely the Venom. I wouldn't mind missing the play-in just because I don't want to face the Mavericks in the first round. I don't want to get into the play-in tournament because I think we could win the play-in tournament and we'd face the Mavericks. Man, that Mavericks game was a tough watch. It was a tough watch. So before we hop in, let's go ahead and see how the Fiend are doing so far this year. By the way, not sure if you saw there's new info for MLB The Show 26. I have not seen anything on MLB The Show 26 yet. The only thing I know about that game is that I'm doing a series again because those series do the best here on my channel. So let's go ahead and look at what the Reign are doing this year. Looks like no significant injuries. They are going to be out Janai Broom, but he's only a 74, so I don't think that'll have a major impact on this game. How's it going, Johnny? Welcome to the stream. Norm Adams, so far this year, he's averaging 26.6 rebounds, 6 assists. That's pretty dang good. Shooting 53% from the field and 40% from deep. Now, this is, of course, on a much bigger sample than he was able to play last year. Last year, his numbers were great. He just couldn't hardly play. But he's looked really good. Jalen Duren having his career high in terms of points and rebounds. Points with the Reign. He did score more with Detroit. And in real life, he's having an incredible year. So you love to see that for Kansas City. Dragic, the first ever draft pick, was one of the bigger offseason disappointments in the fact that he didn't really improve, but still playing really good basketball. Isaiah Collier is a person this guy added, and he's just never been good in 2K. He just doesn't sim well at all. Max Christie. Low volume, but good efficiency. Carson O'Brien, the Rook. Let's see what he's doing. 14.5 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 stocks. Not uber efficient. This is honestly just the whole draft class just wasn't going to be full of guys that were going to make great rookie impacts. There weren't a lot of NBA ready guys in terms of high overall and high badges and stuff. Looks like they're revamping in a lot of positive ways for Road to the Show and franchise. Yeah, I'll have to take a look on what they're doing in franchise. Adams looks like a good pick. Yeah, I think ultimately the trade did knock them out of their own first round pick this year, which is probably going to be a high one. They're a 30-win team, but you never knew how strong this draft class was going to be, and Norm Adams is looking great. Bryce Sensabaugh, who they've had starting most of the year. He's shooting 48% from 3 Gs. That's pretty nutty. That is pretty nutty for a guy who hasn't even topped 40% in the last couple of years. Rollins, also shooting 48%. Oh my goodness. Got some snipers on this team. Jermaine Davidson, he's their starting power forward, although he's only getting 21 minutes a game. So maybe Janai Broom has started as well. Oh yeah, when Janai Broom's healthy, he's starting for this team. But it's going to be Davidson for this game. I bet Jovic is down to just 9 minutes a game. They're not really playing him a lot, but that's kind of it in terms of guys that are doing anything for the team. I think this is a really promising young core for Kansas City. They aren't quite good yet, but unfortunately, neither are we. Another thing that I wanted to look at before we get into this game, I wanted to look at some award races because that's not what I wanted to do. That was what I wanted to do. We don't have a lot of people in the awards races ourselves, but it's always good to see kind of who's looking the best. Looks like Wemby is the favorite to be MVP. There are only 5 games left, so a lot of the people who are favorites now are likely to win. Number 2, Steven Delk. 26, 13, and 7. With about 3.5 stocks a game. That's kind of nuts. Proving to be 100% worthy of being the number 1 overall pick in that first draft. Zion is up at number 3. I mean, he looked really good when he played us last episode. He was kind of destroying us. 28, 8, and 6. Luka, always going to be in this race. Same kind of with Jokic. But kind of an interesting top 3, honestly. Victor's not surprising, but Delk and Williamson. Looks like Carson O'Brien is the favorite for Rookie of the Year, which is pretty nice. And then there's a couple of Nets players. The surprise power forward pick is in second place, so congrats to them. Greg Weber is in 5th. 10.5, 3 and 1 for him. Solid core here of 6 man of the year. Got A.J. Johnson dropping 17 a game off the bench, 18 nearly. Depoy, I mean, there's no use even checking on this one. Most improved player, the Kings have Isaac Mobley, somebody who they drafted. He's up 7 points a game, 3 rebounds and assist. Up steals, way up in efficiency. Clutch is Ant, who's averaging 36 points a game. Geez, so is Cade. A couple of guys carrying their teams. There's the award races. And then the other thing I wanted to check on, not really so much, but I noticed it heading into this game. Ryan Dunn is very upset. Ryan Dunn, relations furious. I don't know where this came from, but he is not happy in Las Vegas. So something to keep an eye on as we end up wrapping up this season. But he doesn't like being on the squad anymore, it looks like. Not a 2K player, but playmaking from the centers is pretty surprising. Yeah, I mean, usually the number 1 overall pick caliber of player, they like to make good playmakers at the center. That's just how 2K generates it. Other than that, there's not a ton other than the guys who are already in the league. Like, of course, Jokic is an insane playmaker. It's kind of funny that oftentimes the top picks at center end up being better playmakers than top pick at point guard. A lot of the top picks at point guard have really low dished open man tendency in this game. It's kind of crazy. But those are just some housekeeping items that I wanted to get to before we hop into the game. I don't think there's really much else to say here. Let's go ahead and see this expansion team showdown. Shaq, an underrated playmaker, center. Yeah, I mean, when you're that physically dominant inside, you're gonna create stuff for your teammates kind of even just naturally. They always love showing the downfall of Simons. He's just coming off the bench. Like almost every single game that I hop into, that's they show that same graphic. Las Vegas versus Kansas City. We get our look at what Norm Adams looks like in his second year. You get a look at this Kansas City rain court. I think there's a decent chance both these teams could be in the playoffs next year. I'm going to turn my face cam off for the game, as it's really just more an instruction than anything. Let's get this going. I would really like to see a good game from one of our rookies. They've really struggled this year. Burke from the mid-range. Rattles went in to start this game off. Yeah, Sabonis, Arvidas was a great playmaker as well. For sure. Although I'm still putting Jokic over him. Blocked by Burke. Going the other way. Weber. Defended by Dragic. Going to pull up in the mid-range. He likes to bank it home from the mid-range, but didn't go well for him that time. Arvidas is a beast. There's no doubt about it. His son's not too bad either, in DeMontis, of course. Burke. Layup goes. He's got the first 4 points on the board in this game. One of the nice things about occasionally streaming a game is, based on the nature of how I have been editing these videos, I've been trying to edit it more in the style of the kind of plays you'd see in, like, you know, NBA YouTube always releases highlights of games. So it's mostly defensive highlights, but you don't see a lot of the misses and the ugly possessions. So this not only gives us a chance to catch up with the rain, but it gives you guys a chance. I, of course, watch every second of every game, but gives you kind of a chance of how this offense can sometimes struggle. As Jarris Walker, right on cue, loses the ball, and a great find inside by Davidson. Kansas City with an early 4-5 lead here. Berg turns around. He started hot, and he'll continue it. 3 for 3 early for the big man. I've never come up with a nickname for Will Burke. I feel like something like the Beast was just like too generic, but that was kind of the one that initially came to mind. But maybe we just let it happen naturally. Can he keep it going? No, he has his first miss here. Norm Adams on the elbow. Nixon on the defense. He receives a double screen, trying to shake Nixon, but we know he's a great defender, but Jarris Walker caught trying to go for the steal. Will the Thrill. I like the rhyme. Can never go wrong with a good rhyme. That's a greatly executed pick and roll there between our star duo. Ken Nixon coming off a 33-point game when he was 13 of 16 from the field. That's pretty dang good. Hey, strawberries are important. Probably more important than the beginning of the stream. All we looked at is basically what the Rain have been doing, and the fact that Ryan Dunn is currently furious with our team. Nixon feeds inside to Burke. This is the matchup we are attacking here early, and nice move inside by Burke, but couldn't get it to go. Sensible going against Dunn. Jarris goes for the steal a lot. Part of that is the sliders. I do have sliders for steals bumped quite a bit. Good defense there on the Bryce Sensible end of shot clock heave. Weber inside, but blocked away by Davidson. Not the greatest start for Weber. Early 0 of 2. And stolen by Nixon. He picked the pocket of Adams. Trying to go up top, and it's tipped away into the hands of Nixon. We're going right back to Burke in the post. He made his first 3 shots, but he's cooled off since. Dragic inside. Will Burke forcing the pass out. Duran looking for options. It's Davidson who's taking a leading mid-range shot, and he gets it to go. The lowest overall rated starter in this game, but comes up with a nice bucket there. Dunn should be thrilled to be a starter. Here's the thing about Dunn. I really like the role that he plays on the team. The fact that he scores so little and shoots so little leaves room for our stars to shoot more. And he plays great defense. As that's just stolen right from the hands of Nixon. Blocked, though, on the other end by Jarris. Great paint protection. Leading to a wide open Ken Nixon triple. Will Kola Burkic? That's funny. I feel like he's got to have a Steven Delk-like season, get those assists up even more. He's maybe already our best assist man in simulation. Simons wide open, steps into a 3. Fresh up, coming in off the bench. Wilkaholic. These are pretty creative. Like, some of them are easy, right? Like, Frozone came pretty easy to me. Last year, Greenlight McKnight was about as easy of a nickname as I ever really heard of. Even Saramago's nickname was pretty easy. He had 2. I just haven't found one that feels natural yet with Burke. The reality, Cagney, though, is that Ryan Dunn is best suited as an off-the-bench defender, really. But I just don't quite mind. Like, my 5th starter, I don't mind having a very low-usage player, just in general. Even still, like, with him being so low usage, his efficiency isn't great either with his low usage. And if you look at the advanced metrics, that was actually one thing I was going to look at before this game, but I forgot. Well, I'll probably look at it for next episode when we finish up the season. Based off advanced metrics, has the worst EWA on the team. Wikipedia. Man, I'd like it to be something that, because it's got to be something that goes with his name, so with his game, excuse me, obviously with his name too. What is his game? He's very large and powerful and athletic. Webb, don't love that shot. Man, our offense has been absolutely atrocious in this game. We have 13 points with 3 minutes left. Our offense rarely struggles this badly. We're coming off the last episode against the Mavericks where it did struggle this badly at times, though. But you wouldn't expect it against a team like the Kansas City Reign, who have a 9-point lead through 9 minutes. And, yeah, it's about time we got a timeout from Coach McKnight. This is probably the first year that I would consider myself a little bit disappointed in the coaching job from Coach McKnight, because I expected us to, honestly, to be like a 3 or a 4 seed heading into this year. I thought we were going to be a lot better than we were. I wasn't projecting the rookies to be pretty much zeros for us, though. That's hurt. I knew they weren't going to be great, but I thought, at least in Weber's case, he'd be better than what he's been. Oh, nice physical play inside from Nixon. Maybe could have gotten called for a bit of a bump there, but we'll take the basket. Adams going to isolate against Nixon. Gets to the rim himself and it's rejected. Get that weak stuff out of here. What a defensive effort there from Ken Nixon. Jeez. Don't see him get a lot of blocks. That one was sweet. And the conferences, yeah, if we were in the East, man, and that's part of why I'm even kind of tempted to trade up into this next draft. I think if we were in the East, I would not be trading into this next draft because I think what we'd have is enough. But, man, the West has kind of gone crazy. They've gotten a lot of lottery luck, like the Spurs getting Jonathan Outlaw last year. Insane. The free agency decisions have been pretty heavily tilted toward the West. I mean, like, Luka and Zion were already there, but they went from irrelevant NBA teams in the West to creating some of the bigger powerhouses in the West. I love that play. That play works, like, so often for us. And it almost always results in a Ken Nixon dunk. And, of course, I tried to rebalance a little bit here at the trade deadline. I might have to do another round of that because some of the bottom teams in the West just have no shot. And the thing about our team is why I'm still very tempted to trade into this draft. More good defense on the drive by Ken Nixon. Is like Finley and Weber didn't have the highest ceilings. I know Finley's true ceiling was all NBA. I don't know if he's hitting that. Nice catch and shoot triple from Weber. He rarely hits those. Glad he got one to go there. So, like, I don't know how much better. Nixon's close to his ceiling at this point. Burke, we don't know. He could be done, or he could go up to like a 95 overall. I'm very, very interested in Will Burke's progression this offseason because his base potential is pretty much he's already there. But I do think he's going to start to hit his boom potential a little bit because he's been very good in his first two seasons. So I think he'll break up into the 90s this year. I'm hoping for it. We're hoping for some development from Finley and Weber, but I don't know how much better it's really going to be next year. I appreciate all these suggestions for Will Burke's nickname. I'm going to have to think about some of these. Man Beast explains how he is. I also think it's partly because of his facial hair. He's just got like this pretty thick beard too. And his wild hair. Into the second quarter now. We only put up 20 points in the first quarter. We rarely get held to that amount. Stolen away by Finley here. Simons, great look from the corner, and that's how you want to start the quarter right there. A steal into a transition corner three. We're going to see Carson O'Brien. See what he can do here with no Norm Adams on the floor. I imagine they're going to run a decent amount of actions for him. Collier inside, guarded by Webb, who shows off some good defense there. Will the kinetic freak? Fader off the rim and out. Carson O'Brien in the post. I don't know why we're doubling him. I mean, I guess leaving Isaiah Collier open isn't the worst thing ever, but Big B for Burke. I felt like big something could easily work. Great look there from Burke straight away. He doesn't have set shot specialist yet, though. I really hope he develops it in the offseason. Despite that, though, he usually makes a decent amount of his jump shots. Bonsai Burke. Big Nasty. I like Big Nasty because some of his moves are pretty nasty. Some of his blocks especially are pretty nasty. I love this move right here. I wish he made it more. He makes it there. And as soon as he'll get better, he'll start to make that one more too. I think it's a sweet move. He tried it a few times against Victor Wembanyama, and he was just like, it was not happening earlier in the season. Adams back into the game here for Kansas City. Hands it off to Dragic. Looks like Vegas going with a bit of a zone defense here, and the rebound goes to Burke off a Collier miss. Oh, we got a mismatch down low. Will Burke. Double came quickly to force it back out of his hands. Big Willie is... Big Willie could get me in trouble. We'll just say that. If it didn't have other connotations, I wouldn't mind it at all, though. I like Big Nasty. I'll have to ponder that one. Burke, another three straight away. Goes down the hatch. Collier up top. He's got Finley on the defense. Swings it out to Dragic. He's going to isolate against Weber. Switch comes. Step back from the elbow. Not a lot of space there for Dragic to operate. Big shot. I think that could definitely work if he makes some actual big shots. Usually down the clutch we go to Nixon, which I think is generally the right choice. I thought Burke was going to be able to come back and block that. Just missed it, though. As you can see here, the Rain are 19th in the league in assists per game. Not surprising, considering their personnel. I'd guess they're probably about average. Big Nasty Man Beast. That sounds like you're talking about Sasquatch. Finley had a lane to the inside, decided to pass it away, and then Ryan Dunn with maybe even a worse pass. Burke's got to put up something, and it's blocked away. That was just an ugly possession. Finley with a bad pass, Ryan Dunn with a bad pass. 1 second later. Fader. Norm, nope. Not going to go. The scoring has not really picked up for the Venom here in this second quarter either. We still 8 points in 5 minutes. Not really the pace we're looking for. We get another corner three. A couple of good looks from the corner for Anthony in this second quarter. No good off the dribble from Isaiah Collier. Pushing it the other way is Las Vegas. Now they'll set up their offense here. It's going to be Simons trying to feed Burke inside. I don't know if he'll get credit for the assist there because it was tipped. But that's 15 first half points. I'm not sure YouTube's going to like that one too much, unfortunately. Norm Adams against Anthony Simons is pretty concerning. What am I thinking long-term with Simons? Oh my gosh, what a terrible pass by Jarris Walker. Holy crap. I'm thinking he's very likely, if we end up trading up in this draft, going to be one of the pieces that helps us make that move. Big feet. Yeah, maybe we just call him Bigfoot. I mean, he's 7'3". He's got to have some pretty large feet, right? Probably all 7+ footers got some pretty big feet. Shot clock winding down. The Venom did nothing with the ball this time around. There are just some possessions right here, like, what is the offense trying to accomplish here? Davidson in the post. Double comes, leaves Bryce wide open. He's shooting 48% from 3 on the year. That'll add to his total. On the wing, Ryan Dunn with the ball. He gets a screen. Back into the post it goes. Whoa, that is deep for that move from Will Burke. I think you probably want to take a step or two in if you're going to try that one. Orm, great look. From beyond the arc, back-to-back triples for the Reign. The Big Nasty Bear or Big Nasty Equalizer. I think I like just Big Nasty better than both. Burke is a bold player. I would agree with that. He takes some crazy shots out of the post sometimes. I think it's more of a 2K thing than a Will Burke thing, though. It's like some of these guys are just taking shots from the post that shouldn't be done. Good look from the corner there from Ryan Dunn. Could not. Make the most of it. We just have not played well offensively this game at all. Sensabaugh wide open again. Connecting again. Duran putting in some work. We have Nixon waiting to check in. I would love for a whistle here to get him back in because our offense needs him right now. Because we were basically just going to the post with Burke, and that's worked at times, but honestly, I mean, what's he shooting at this point? 50% still. Honestly, feels worse at times. Especially, like, the post touches aren't working. We got to do something else offensively. When he's getting other touches, he's doing better, but the post touches are not working with Burke right now. I mean, he's one of the stars of the team, so they usually get a decent amount of leeway with the shots that they get to attempt. Blocks. There you go. That shot he's going to make. But if you're like a role player and you're taking that shot, yeah, you're done. Nice defense there from Dunn. Nothing doing in transition, so Vegas will set up their offense. It's looking like it might be another post play for Burke, but maybe not. Nope, it is. Because it's working so well for us. Oh, Finley's skying in for the offensive rebound. Good find beyond the three-point line. Simons has been clutch with his three-point shots here in the quarter. Without those, we'd be really hurting. Still a 9-point deficit here. Oh, man. Oh, what a play with the help defense. Sensabaugh thought he had a wide-open dunk. Instead, Simons, no. Walker cleans it up. Big play, Burke. I like big play. It reminds me of Darius Slay, though. His name was always Big Play Slay. Burke. Good look. Nothing doing. Now, Norm Adams somehow couldn't get that layup to go with Simons there. Thought that would have been an easy one for him. Now, I don't mind going to the post when he has Norm Adams on him, because the double will come. You'll get a wide open man. He'll clean up the glass, but get blocked by Duran. Need Jarris to convert there. He's now 9. He's taken 20 shots here. We have had Ken Nixon waiting to come into this ball game since 4 minutes left. There was not a single whistle. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with gameplay in 2K. They're just oftentimes, it's not even all that uncommon for there to be 3, 4, 5 minutes straight of like no whistles at all, which just does not happen in basketball. And it doesn't matter what you do to boost up the foul sliders or whatever. My foul sliders are pretty high. Yeah, so Ken Nixon got 0 minutes in that second quarter. You're supposed to get 4, which isn't a ton. The second quarter is his quarter to rest, to be fair, but you don't want him out the entirety of the quarter. But my biggest pet peeve about 2K gameplay is how it's impossible to skip anything in the halftime. Like, you could just button mash A, and they will not let you get past halftime. $42 points in the first half. That is low. Got to be better here. I mean, we only allowed Kansas City to 49, so the defense was pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the halftime stats here. 17 for Norm Adams, 6 of 14 from the field. Sensabaugh with 13. He was 3 of 4 from deep. Staying true to what he's been doing this year. We have 8, 4, 4, and 4 from Jalen Duran. Interesting. 6 points from Jermaine Davidson. 2 of 6 from Collier. 0 of 2 from Dragic. Carson O'Brien did not take a shot. He did get a rebound, assist, and a steal, though. On our end, it was just like Will Burke, just taking shots and shots and shots. Simons was only 3 of 7 from 3, but geez, that still felt like our best shot in the second quarter was him taking threes, because the other stuff we were doing just was not working. But hopefully we can get Nixon going. He only has 7 points. Of course, all of those came in the first quarter with him not playing at all in the second. Weber with it, hands it off to Ryan Dunn. Driving baseline. Ooh, acrobatic with the finish. Nixon due for a big second half. Yeah, he's definitely gonna, well, he's gonna play a lot to start off, and then I expect he's gonna try to take the offense over with how much we're struggling. Duran through the Burke foul. Gets himself to the free throw line. Also gets Jalen Duran into double figures for this game. Did you say that Rain traded their first year? Yeah, that was part of the trade up for Norm Adams, was the first for this year. So, tough to lose their first in a draft this good, but Norm Adams is also very good for this team. There you go. Nixon's first basket here of the second half. Burke. Just the jumper not really going for him. Anything outside the paint has been pretty touchy for Burke in this game. Oh my goodness, Ryan Dunn. Oh, that was sick. We had a couple of nasty blocks in this game, dude. That's why I like Ryan Dunn a lot. I gotta be honest. Even though he's furious with us right now, he's probably going to be somebody that we're going to put in a trade if we try to trade up in this draft, just because he doesn't like it here. But Oh, and then he steals it. 1 second left. Oh, why did you not take that shot? What? Why did he not dunk that ball? Man, he's got some Ben Simmons in him. We do have Ben Simmons as a mentor on this team. He's not mentoring Ryan Dunn, but jeez. That was probably the most egregious pass out of a dunk I've ever seen. Especially because Weber didn't even actually end up taking a three. It was a mid-range jumper. There we go. Dunn having himself a little bit of a stretch here other than passing out of a dunk. Norm to the lane, and this time he gets the whistle. Dunn channeling his anger. I mean, that was... I still think the Nixon block's my favorite of this game, but that one was close number 2. Jeez. Weber bringing it up for us. Passing into the corner. Nixon. Going to isolate against Norm Adams. He's got a little bit of a size advantage here, but not a big one. I think it's just a couple inches. Gets by him, though. Gets to the rim. And one. For Frozone Nixon. Oh, I was going to put Nixon's hair into braids for this episode because people have been asking for it. Totally forgot. That was one of the other things I wanted to do before the game, but so that's my bad. Here you pass it. There you go, Dunn. That's a good pass. And we're within one now. Offense starting to pick it up a little bit here. We scored 13 points in the first 3.5 minutes. Nearly stolen away again by Burke. Pick and pop. Dragic against Weber. Norm blocked again by Nixon. It's going to be a shot clock violation. I'm fro for Nixon. Oh, yeah, he's going to stick with the fro, but like occasionally putting it into braids, like for a one-off episode here or there. I'm not opposed to doing that. But, I mean, his nickname's Frozone. He's keeping the fro. He's never going to go off the fro permanently. It's part of his personality. Also, you know, it makes him look taller, the whole 9 yards. Tough shot there. Definitely trying to get a whistle. Did not get one. Dragic tried to shoot over the top of Will Burke. You're not going to get a ton of space trying to do that. Like Norm the Quiet Storm. Not bad, not bad. I'm not going to nickname Rain players, though. You guys can nickname them however you want. Typically stick to my own players. Ooh, the big lock. I like that. Locking down that paint like he just did right here. Oh my, Will Burke, the block into the three-point play. What a nice sequence there. Right after getting called big lock. I think that's my new favorite. Big lock Burke. I think we might have a winner there. I'm liking that one a lot. Nickname or not, Burke is a beast. Yeah, dude, I know I took a lot of flack for taking Burke instead of Brook Paul, and some of it was warranted. I knew it was coming right when I decided to take Burke, but man, oh man, have I really enjoyed watching Burke play basketball. And he fits so perfectly with Ken Dixon. These guys, as a duo, are so good together. We just need, I think, to work a little bit on the pieces around them. We need to let Weber and Finley get better. We'll see whether we trade up in this upcoming draft. but this duo, I love this duo. Double screen for Norm Adams. Inside, finishes around the outstretched arms of Nixon. Las Vegas holding a 2-point lead here. That would have been a great look if the pass was just a little bit off. He needed to be like maybe one more step closer to the basket there. Lock and throw. Pick and roll. That's like the one area where I feel like Jarris Walker gets picked on in the pick and roll, and I don't know why. He's such a good athlete. I feel like he should be able to stay with a roll man in the pick and roll. But he ultimately just doesn't have very good defensive ratings. I mean, they're not bad. They're B+ and B for post and perimeter respectively, but the dude does get beat on pick and rolls. Blocked by Burke again. It's a blocked party in Kansas City tonight. Jeez. Oh, bad pass by Ryan Dunn. Come on, Ryan. He's had a couple of those today. Sensabaugh. Pick and roll. Tough three-point look. Rebound goes to the rookie. He's trying to go coast to coast. Finds Nixon in the corner. Ryan Dunn. Good look from deep. Drills it off the catch. Yeah, the offense is looking way better here in the third quarter. It's undoubtedly, at least in part, because we have both Nixon and Burke on the court for the entirety of the quarter so far. Sensabaugh isolating against Dunn. We'll take that matchup, although Sensabaugh does ultimately get the whistle. 12 points per game, 95% from the line. Sensabaugh about as automatic as they come from here. Hits them both. Simon's into the game for Weber. Gets a screen from Burke. Good defense, though, by the Reigns, so we'll have to go to the Burke in the post. Still not working for him at all. He doesn't have a ton of post badges yet, and the ones that he does are bronze. He'll get better from the post as he continues to grow. Well, you've seen it here. If he's playing a solid defensive center like Duren, he just doesn't really have the ability to score consistently from there. Yeah, the double clutch dunk. Dragic showing off some flair at the rim. Got to hydrate up real quick. Oh. Man, a close ball game. I honestly thought we'd be able to beat Kansas City pretty easily, if I'm being honest. Just based off most of the games that we played this year, still goes to Burke. The only teams we've had trouble with are like the Heat and the Mavericks and the Thunder. Everyone else we've either played right on or outplayed them. That was not a good shot there from Nixon. But Kansas City's defense has been surprisingly good. We've also just been, I mean, that's another bad turnover. This has not been a good Ryan Dunn passing game. He's done good elsewhere, but man, his passes have been off in this game. Dunn. Good look from three. Got another one. Same spot as the last one he hit. Timeout, Kansas City. I think this will be like these 137 in the third quarter will probably be the only time we get any rest for Nixon, both Nixon and Burke out of the game here. That shouldn't be the case, but it is. I thought I made it so that one of them was always on the court. I might have accidentally done this wrong, though. Finley. No good at the rim. Collier, top of the key. He'll get a screen from Jovic, and Nixon's about to check back in. Okay. I don't know why he went out. He's already like below where he should be minutes-wise. I don't know why they made it even lower. Simons. Off a screen from Dunn. Step back in the mid-range. He's very good at that shot. Hits it again. Nixon and Simons, when they're off the dribble in the mid-range, they're just very good. Oh, broken ankles there from Collier, but Jalen Williams stopped him from getting all the way to the rim. Good help there from him. Simons takes a screen from Paris Webb. Paris Webb's been very quiet in this game. And it's tied 68 apiece heading into the game's final quarter. We've got ourselves a good one. It's going to come down to the final 12. Let's go ahead and see what they give the assist of the game. They usually... Oh, they didn't even give an assist of the game. That's pretty rare. Burke checks back in. I wish it was Nixon, but that's just how my rotation goes. Nixon shouldn't have come out at all in the third quarter, but he did. Simon's just dribbling the air out of the ball in the corner. Gets a screen and can't hit it to start things off. Christie looking for Carson O'Brien. He's been very quiet. Sure, Kansas City would love to see something from him here in the final quarter. Webb inside for Jack Finley. Missed on the first, missed on the second as well. Wilberg tried to tap it to himself, but it was too strong. Adams. Whoa, Cagney. $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Cagney. Appreciate it. Big fan of your content. Thank you. Not only a member, which I appreciate a bunch, but also showing love with the super chat. Shout out to you. Pick and roll. Simons. Burke. Dunn. Dunn to the baskets. Good feed there from Anthony Simons. Norm. Oh, we got right by Anthony Simons. That first step quickness on display for Storm and Norman, or Norm the Storm, whatever you want to call him. Finley. Ooh, baby. Love to see the jumper falling for Jack Finley. Wish we saw it more, but I'll take it when I can get it. Norm going right at Anthony again, this time pulling up in the mid-range. Tough rebound goes to Will Burke, who finds Ryan Dunn in the corner. I almost wanted to call Ryan Dunn Will Burke for the second straight time, which I don't know why. They don't have really anything in common other than pretty similar skin color. Inside, Will Burke blocked. Was that Norm Adams blocking Will Burke? That's crazy. Norm to the rim. Good help defense from Jack Finley. Game is way tighter than I expected. I honestly thought we might not even have to watch much of this fourth quarter. I knew Norm Adams was good, but like the rest of this team, I didn't expect to compete this well. Ooh, and good pump fake from Jack Finley. Looking like a vet on that move. Hasn't really done anything in this game, but come alive for a couple of big buckets here in the fourth. Collier, though, gets the best of him on the other end. Just putting a shoulder right into him on his way to the basket for an and one opportunity. And it's right before 8 minutes. So hopefully we get another minute, another whistle close after we hit 8 minutes, because that's when Ken Nixon is slated to come back in. Oh, I do not know how that pass got to Paris Webb. Looked like the defense was all over it, but Norm Adams, he just got caught up in the air, had to throw it somewhere. Threw it right to Ryan Dunn, who finds an open man. Hasn't been a good passing day for Ryan Dunn, but that was a good pass. Got to have Paris Webb convert that for you. Strong finish from Isaiah Collier around Ryan Dunn. And we do get a whistle. We just call it timeout. I'll take that. Timeout, 2-point game, 7:35 remaining. Ken Nixon's going to come back in. It's going to be our starters for the rest of this one. While we're on timeout, once again, shout out to Cagney for the $10 super chat. Very much so appreciate it. Drop a heart on it. Weber has Rock Dragic on him. Throws it to Ken Nixon, weaving his way inside through the defense for the easy basket. Checks back into the fourth quarter and instantly puts up some points for us. Adams. Inside. Tough mid-range shots. But with Burke having to go out and contest it, it left Jalen Duren wide open for the rebound, and the second chance points go courtesy of the Norm Adams jumper. Nixon with it. Gonna go at Adams in isolation. Oh, man, that's a good foul from Norm Adams, because Ken Nixon had him cooked. It was Norm Adams that blocked Burke. I mean, Burke didn't jump that high. It looked like he didn't feel like he needed to, but Norm Adams got up there. He's probably like, there's this guard on me. I don't even really need to lift for this jumper, for this layup, I mean. Got blocked. That was kind of crazy. Nixon. 2 seconds left. 1 second, and no good. Not a great offensive possession for us there. It's like Curry blocking. It's pretty much like Curry blocking Wemby, yeah. Very similar profiles. Norm Adams a little bit younger than Curry, though, so he's probably got a little more hops than Curry does at this point. There we go. Like when Nate Robinson blocked Shaq. Yeah, that's pretty much what that was. Nate Robinson, man. That's a good... I haven't thought about Nate Robinson in a while. What an insane athlete. Done from the corner. Looking to set up a Jarris Walker 3, but Jarris Walker's also been pretty quiet in this game, I'll say. Not that his offensive role is ever all that prominent, but even considering, good defensive possession there from Kansas City here. This one's going to come down to the last few minutes. Who's going to execute the best down the stretch? 5'9" piece of dynamite. I mean, his dunk package and the fact that he was in dunk contests at 5'9" is absolutely crazy, man. Such a fun player. Top of the key, Sensabaugh. Inside to Duren on the roll. Able to just sneak by Will Burke inside, and the pass was right on the money. From the corner, Dunn. I mean, Davidson's doing a good job defending that play. That's usually a pretty open 3 for Jarris Walker there. Nixon, tough look at 3. Not going to go. It hasn't really been a 3-point day for Ken Nixon all that much. Remember when he dunked over? Oh, yeah. I remember a lot of his dunk contest stuff. But good defense there on the other end by the Venom as well. Burke. High post. They're going to clear out for him. He's just going to let the shot clock wind down. What are we doing, Will? Come on, man. We can't be doing that. Spud Webb, Muggsy Bogues, all the classic short guys. Dragic, deep three, no good. Pass ahead to Dunn, and oh my goodness, Rock Dragic. Two minutes without any points for Las Vegas, but we keep getting stops defensively. It's been a low-scoring affair. Who can break through the defense here? That's a good look from Weber, the rookie. Coming up clutch. He wants a review there, but don't think we're going to get one here. Norm Adams looking at a 30-point game potentially here. With just one more basket, which I believe he'll probably get. I imagine the ball's going to be in his hands quite a bit here for the final 2 minutes and change here for Kansas City. Dunn to Walker. Another good look at three for Las Vegas. But Walker unable to convert. Adams going at Nixon. Star against star here. And Nixon is shutting him down, forces the pickup. And now Jalen Duren's going to have to take a crazy shot. Nixon, what great on-ball defense we saw there. Just gave Norm Adams absolutely nothing, but then gets blocked on the other end. Would love for us to actually try to come up with an open shot on offense. Nixon. He's got Dragic on him. He's going to take a Will Burke screen. Nixon. That's his shot, and he's got it. The pull-up midi. Only 18 points for Ken Nixon. I can't remember the last time he didn't score 20 points. He's probably going to get there with one more basket. But great defense again. Adams versus Nixon, what we paid for exactly. It's a great point guard and center matchup on both sides for this game. And the assist to Ryan Dunn. He's made some... This has got to be his best game he's ever had in a spotlight game. 22 points for Ryan Dunn. Ignore the passing, okay? That didn't happen. But everything else Ryan Dunn's done in this game has been awesome. He's played great defense like he always does, but 22 points out of Ryan Dunn on a game in a game where you might not even score 100 is kind of wild. Adams, ooh. I was about to say he just scored 30 from the line. He's probably going to get it here on the second one, though. 30-point night for Norm Adams. Kansas City pressing, as you might expect they would. Great pass ahead. And Ryan Dunn, I mean, just feeling it from three in this second half. That's his fourth triple at least of the second half that I can specifically remember. He might have more than that, though. And he pretty much helped Las Vegas seal this win. I mean, 25 seconds, 11 points. The Venom are going to come away with a victory in this game. What were the odds that Ryan Dunn would outscore Ken Nixon in this game? I mean, if you cash that bet, you'd be making some serious cabbage, dude. We're talking about a guy who scores 28 points a game versus a guy who scores 5. Both uncharacteristic performances from both those players tonight. It was not pretty. It was not consistent. But it was a victory for the Las Vegas Venom going up against the Kansas City Reign. Las Vegas trying to stay alive and get into the play-in. Even though their general manager, me, wouldn't honestly mind if they didn't. Again, just because, like I said at the top of the stream, I do not want to face the Mavericks in a 7-game series. They cooked us. Ryan Dunn, player of the game, Ryan Dunn, guys. At the beginning of the stream, he was furious with us. Man, we just need to piss off Ryan Dunn more. What do we got to do to make Ryan Dunn mad? 25, 7, 4, 2, and 1. He had 2 really bad passes, but he was 9 of 11 from the field. 7 of 8 from 3 from Ryan Dunn. What the heck? Oh my gosh. What a weird game from Ryan Dunn. I wonder if he's still pissed at us. Knicks only played 30 minutes, but the minutes kind of screwed him a little bit in this game. But, I mean, wasn't the best Knicks game, but he dropped 8 assists to 1 turnover. That's pretty dang good. 24, 16, 4, 4, and 2 from Burke. I mean, our 2 superstars didn't both shot under 50%. That is not common. Is Ryan Dunn low-key the Eminem of NBA 2K? Man, I gotta be honest. Once I found out that Ryan Dunn was furious, I was like, all right, he's gone. That game, though, dude. Obviously, we have so much of a bigger sample size of him not doing that much, but that game was awesome from Ryan Dunn, man. Oh, man. So we're gonna simulate here. So the team that's currently the 11th seed is Los Angeles, is the Lakers. So if we beat LA, we probably are pretty much gonna guarantee the 10 seed and be in the play-in tournament. If we lose to them, because they're only 1 loss behind us. So let's go here. And we beat them. So, yeah, we're pretty much guaranteed now to be in the play-in, even though we did lose the next 2 games. Let me see. Standings here. And, yeah, we've confirmed ourselves in the play-in. The Lakers have just... They're 2-8 in their last 10. Geez, yeah. So they kind of played themselves out of the play-in spot here. So next episode, we'll be wrapping up the season. I'll go through who won the awards and stuff. We, of course, checked on who's probably going to win it at the top of the stream. And then we'll figure out what's going to happen in the play-in. So who are we going to play? It's looking like it's going to be the Rockets. Okay. That'll be a fun opponent. They have somebody injured. Oh, Şengün is injured. Well, they're a lot less fun to play with Şengün injured. So we will have our first taste of postseason action, despite the fact that we actually are guaranteed to have a worse record, even if we lose the last game. We were 41-41 last year. So we lost more games this year than we did last year. I don't know how that honestly happened. We did trade Strother, to be fair, but I don't know. That was like a mid-season trade, and I don't know if he's honestly that much of a difference maker. Losing record, but we will be in the play-in this year. The 9th and 10th seeds weren't quite as strong this year as they were last year, apparently. So that's going to be fun. Oh, and a game 82 is against the Rockets, who will be playing in the play-in. That's kind of funny. If we win both play-in games, we'll be playing against the 60-plus win Dallas Mavericks in round 1, who, I mean, if you thought our offense struggled in this game, man, the Dallas Mavericks clamped us up for stretches last episode. They're 66-15. So I don't have much hope that we'll make it past round 1 if we do make it there, but we'll have to see what happens in the play-in tournament, which I'm excited for. Having those very high leverage games is always a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back soon with more Las Vegas Venom franchise. And I'll see you then. Fangs out. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.